The Mennen Cup semifinal Monday night, when Kinnelon was able to tie Morristown twice, including once in the last 2 minutes of regulation. Then in overtime, Matt Civil punched their ticket to the final. Tonight, they face the top-seeded and defending Cup champs Knolls Golden Eagles, who are flying high after a 4-2 win over Morristown Pier in their semi. Can the Eagles repeat, or will we crown a new champion? Find out next on MSG Varsity. It's game time on MSG Varsity. Tonight from the Mennen Arena in Morristown, it's the 2013 Mennen Cup Championship as the Kinnelon Colts, the number 2 seed, take on the top-seeded Golden Eagles of Knolls. Hello again, everyone. I'm Lou Brogno, alongside on the call of the game, Pete Caggiano, and we welcome you to Mennen for the prestigious Mennen Cup Championship, one of the top cup titles in the state of New Jersey year in and year out. And tonight, a battle between two of the top teams in the state of New Jersey. Kinnelon trying to win their first ever Mennen Cup Championship, and Knolls trying to win back-to-back titles as they won it last year in 2012. Pete, this should be an exceptional matchup tonight. As I said, really two of the top teams in the state of New Jersey.
Absolutely, Lou. Knolls, defending champ. And when you're the defending champ, you come in with a target on your back. But to the credit of the Eagles, they went wire to wire pretty much for the whole season. Kinnelon battled Morristown for most of the season, and not for the game the other night in overtime when the goal was put in by Civil did they get to this game tonight. But as we look at tonight's game, you have a chance for Kinnelon to make history. It's only a few years that they moved up to the Mennen Division. Not only have never won a Mennen Cup, they've never been in a Mennen Final before.
Let's take a look to see how these two teams got to this Mennen Cup Championship game, and both teams receiving first-round byes in the semifinal. As Pete mentioned, Kinnelon defeated an outstanding Morristown team by the score of 4-3 in overtime, and Brian Gannad, ever the flair for the dramatic, tied the game with 1:26 left to play to force the overtime period. And Knolls also, as we said, got a first-round bye, and in the semifinal, they took care of the Crimson of Morristown Baird by the score of 4-2. And it was their top player, Jack Monahan, with 2 goals and an assist in that one. And speaking of Jack Monahan, well, he is one of the top players in the state of New Jersey. Knolls' senior captain is the heart and soul of this Golden Eagles team.
Lou, this kid can do everything. He's big, he's strong, he leads his team with 31 goals. And when the game's on the line, when you need somebody to put the puck in the net, he's the guy that can do it. He has a variety of tools. He has a snapshot. He has a slap shot. He skates with the best of them. And what I like about the kid more than anything else is that he's committed. He's driven. He works hard every single shift.
Well, Jack Monahan trying to add another Mennen Cup Championship, and as you see his numbers, Pete mentioned 31 goals, and he did have 2 goals in that semifinal win over Mo Beard. On the other side for Kinnelon, well, Brian Gannad is also a tremendous offensive force, and he has been one of the primary reasons that Kinnelon has had the type of season they've been able to put together in the Mennen Division.
He's a senior. He's the leading scorer for his team, and the other night with just a minute and a half to go, he scored to force that game into overtime. Now, he gets a lot of time on the ice. He skates about a half hour of the 45-minute game. He's got a big reach. He plays with a very long stick, and he's deadly around the net. He's got a great eye to pick the upper corners. Little tidbit about tonight's game, don't be surprised if he's asked to shadow Jack Monahan. And when I asked the coach, I said, is that going to take him off the offensive part? He says, we have to stop Monahan.
Well, Gannad with 23 goals and 21 assists on the year to lead the Colts' offensive attack. So a lot of offense on the ice tonight between these two teams. It should be a dandy for the Mennen Cup Championship. Kinnelon skating against Knolls. We'll drop the puck in just a few minutes right here on MSG Varsity's Game Time. Welcome back to the Mennen Arena. Big crowd on hand, and they are fired up for the Mennen Cup Championship. Kinnelon coming in at 12-5-4, and Morris Knolls at 15-4-5. And we had an opportunity to talk to both coaches and ask them what it meant to play for the Mennen Cup Championship.
It's huge. This is the first time in our history that we made it to the finals in the Mennen Cup. We got blown out last year, 8-1 in the semis. So we've never been there before. I think it's the most prestigious cup in the state, for public schools. So it's an honor. The boys really showed a lot of heart today to get us there.
No, it's terrific. It's been hard work all season to get back and get the opportunity to get back into Mennen Cup for a second season. It was tough work all season long.
And in goal for Morris Knolls, Mike Goffredo, a 91% save percentage on the year. The senior's been outstanding between the pipes. 22 wins, his goals against average 2.10. And on the other side for Kinnelon, Tom Huber has been outstanding as well. The senior, 2.68 goals against average, a 91% save percentage on the year. Two terrific goalkeepers in between the pipes here for this Mennen Cup Championship. The Mennen Cup Final, always one of the top hockey games of the season. Last time these two teams met back in February, Kinnelon won that one 3-1. Matt Sybil had a big game. He had two goals for the Colts. So here we go. Mennen Cup Championship is underway. Kinnelon in their road green and black uniforms, and Morris Knolls in their home white trimmed with gold and green. Morris Knolls, the home team, the number 1 seed.
Tom Huber right off the face of how to feel that fly ball to center field. That's what it looked like. It almost hit the roof of the building here before he was able to corral it.
Expect a quick pace to this game. Gannad takes a shot from the blue line, and it's smothered up by Goffredo. Brian Gannad, not shy about shooting. The senior with a terrific year. There's a look at our officials, Dave Pricken and Rob Wilson. They get the big assignment of the Mennen Cup Championship game. Bruce Anderson sends it ahead for Kinnelon. And it comes back outside to Morris Knolls. Controlled by the Colts. Kinnelon playing in their first Mennen Cup final. Defeated Morristown, as we said earlier, in the semifinal, 4-3 in overtime. Gannad had a big game, 2 goals and assists, including the game-tying goal with 1:26 remaining.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those go-to guys that when you need the big play, he puts the puck in the net for you.
And Morris Knolls defeated Morristown Beard 4-2. Monahan, he delivered for the Golden Eagles, had 2 goals and an assist. Sent up ahead by Trevor Lalonde, a 7-goal scorer of the year for Kinnelon. Morris Knolls tries to clear it out, but Kinnelon keeps it in. Sent into the corner, dug out there by Hunter Ledwith, who also has been a terrific offensive player for the Colts this season. Puck comes out to center ice. Big hit on the near side board, delivered by Joey Dreisbach of Morris Knolls, and it goes behind the Kinnelon net. Puck delivered deep into the Morris Knolls end, and Walt Kuiper, name sounds familiar, the son of the head coach, Walt Kuiper, Morris Knolls, quick shot, kick save Huber. And it comes all the way back out to center ice. Anthony Scholes collects it there for Morris Knolls.
Good job by Huber, coming out to the top of the crease, cutting down the angle, and then smothering the shot with the big pads.
And Huber flips it over to his teammate Dan Rittenauer. Kept in there by Anthony Scholes. Here's Monahan. Monahan circles around, flips it up along the boards. Here's Scholes, he loses, and Kinnelon has an opportunity. Breaking out across center ice, and a long shot skipped aside there by Goffredo, taken by Aaron Signello, the junior of Kinnelon. Just about 3 minutes gone by here in the first period. Long shot, whistles wide. And it comes back out to the blue line, intercepted there by Monahan. Jack Monahan spun around, he gets it back to the blue line. in front. Here's a backhanded shot that was taken by Ryan Deemer that was deflected in front. Eric Haddock-Weiler has it here for Morris Knolls, and he has it stripped away from him. Up come the Colts. Across center ice, Brian Ganad flips it up ahead, takes it behind the goal. Haddock-Weiler on the far side for Morris Knolls. He breaks across the blue line, flips into center ice, has the puck knocked away from him, and the puck comes across near side boards. Ganad gives chase along with Dylan McMurray.
Play a little bit ragged right now, Lou. Players not quite finding their legs, might be a little bit nervous as we're just a couple of minutes in. And I guess you term it almost pond hockey because they're not getting good position inside the zones. They're not making crisp passes. Not yet, but I think that'll end soon.
Ganad with a good pass that time, puts it right on the stick, and the shot goes behind the goal. Picked off there by Morris Knolls, and up ahead it comes to Ryan Deemer. Skips off his stick, however, and Dan Rittenmeyer gets to it for Kinnelon and flips it ahead. Back out to center ice it comes. Zach Simmons flips it in for Morris Knolls. Long shot. Huber made a glove save, but it skipped out of his glove. Dangerous for the Colts.
Yeah, couldn't quite keep it in the webbing. Those gloves are like first baseman's gloves. They have a big webbing at the end, and it just trickled past.
Trevor Lalonde sent it up ahead for Kinnelon. Comes back to center ice and flipped in by Kinnelon. Dan Rittenauer. About 5 minutes now gone by here in this first period. No score between these two outstanding teams. Both teams ranked within the top 15 in New Jersey. Up ahead, right on the stick of Matt Civil. And he flips it in. Easy play by Goffredo. And then a big shot in front of the net, but no whistle called. A little extracurricular activity.
Yeah, sometimes players are a little too zealous when they try to protect their goal. They watch the save, boom, and then boom. First you saw was the Kinnelon player. You saw Ledwood give a little shot, and then he took one back as Morris Knolls just protecting their man between the pipes.
Face-off controlled by Kinnelon, slapped up ahead by Rittenauer. Banged along the boards, and the puck comes loose to center ice, and a whistle.
When the seedings were released this week, Morris Knolls gathered the #1 seed for the Public A tournament that begins next week. They draw a bye in the first round, and then we'll play the winner of South Brunswick-Clifton.
Now, how strong is the Mennen Division? Well, the top 2 seeds in Public A are from the Mennen Division. Morris Knolls and Randolph. Pretty impressive.
And Morristown and Mendham are 3 and 4 in the Public B. Kinnelon is #2 in the Public B.
Strong showing by Morris County Hockey, no question. Kept alive by McMurray. Dylan McMurray slaps at it, but couldn't get anything on it, and then it's covered up by Goffredo. Well, Mike Goffredo, very solid between the pipes for Morris Knolls. Morris Knolls, of course, such a prolific offensive team. You don't hear too much about their goalie Goffredo, but he has saved 91% of the shots he's faced.
Well, if people remember back to December when we had Morris Knolls on MSG Varsity, this is a kid who really, this is his first year playing. He only played 2 varsity games all last year as a junior. This year, he is the main guy back there, and he's done well between the pipes for the Eagles.
Sent up ahead, and a whistle offside.
This is how the league finished up this year in the division standings here in the Mennen Conference. Knolls #1 with 16 points. Kinnelon 2 at 14. And it drops all the way down to Chatham at the bottom with just 7.
And Morristown, of course, right in the mix there along with Randolph. Now, you may look at those divisional records and see that most of those teams are 500 within the division. Well, that's simply because it's the toughest public school division in the state. These teams just beat each other up night in and night out.
There is tremendous parity in this league. Any night, in fact, every team has beaten at least one of the other teams this year in the Mennen Conference.
Slap shot taken from the blue line, sails high, and Kinnelon breaks out of there with it. Here's McMurr. He tries to center, but there's no one there except white jerseys, and it's flipped all the way down into the Kinnelon end. Less than 8 minutes remaining. Whistle stops play with 7:53 left in the first.
Jeff Myron, head coach in his 7th season. So far he's put together 106 wins. Started way back in 2005 as the assistant coach.
Quick shot that is well wide, taken by Rittenauer. Morris Knolls trying to get it out of there, but Rittenauer gets to the puck first. He flips it back in. Ben Schaefer chases for Morris Knolls, and it comes all the way around to Zach Simmons.
Funny bounce off the backboards there.
Golden Eagles break across. Flipped up ahead, and good quickness there by Christian Noggle of Kinnelon to get to the puck first. He flips it over to his teammate Matt Sybil. Sybil gets it onto the stick of Lalonde.
I think you're going to hear that name Sybil quite often tonight. Besides scoring the game winner in overtime the other night against Morristown, he was also the fellow who in the last game with these two teams scored 2 goals to help the Colts beat the Eagles.
Puck flipped up ahead. Kinnelon flips it back into the Morris Knolls zone. Shots are 4-2 in favor of Kinnelon here in the early going of the first period. Ganad trying to get by 2 defenders, but Morris Knolls too tough, and they knock it away. Caserta back for Kinnelon. Francis Caserta, the senior. Put it on the stick of Anderson. Up ahead, Ganad gets past 2 defenders. Ganad gets past another defender. Ganad skates in, he shoots it high. And up over the crossbar.
Lou, I think that might have caught the crossbar. There you saw how good Brian Ganad is. Watch him from his own end, over the center ice line, into the zone, steps around another player. Now lets the quick shot go. As he puts his head in the air, because he knows he just missed that one. Take a look. Big yes, off the crossbar and up over the netting behind the cage.
Well, you can hear the crowd in the background. Excellent crowd here at the Mennen Arena for this Mennen Cup Championship.
Well, we have Kinnelon on our near side and Knolls on the other side.
Ryan Deemer showing some good speed, but could not split the Kinnelon defense. And the Colts get to the loose puck. Dylan McMurr tries to get it all away from the boards. It's pinned there, and it comes back out. Huber has to cover up as the puck was dancing dangerously in front of him.
Well, he tried covering up twice. The first time he didn't do a good job. This puck's going to end up all around the crease. Watch, he jumps on there. Nope, I don't have it. Oh, there it is. Now he jumps on it. He takes an extra little shot. But an official tells the goalie, look, hold on to those things, because when you let them go like that, it makes you and me look bad. Hold on to it.
Tommy Huber, one of the top goalkeepers in the state. Another solid year for him. Here's McMurr. He loses it. Good defense by Zach Simmons. Then he has it poked away from him, and it's flipped up out of play over the glass.
Good job by Zach Simmons. He acted almost like a goalie because he backed up, and then as the shot was being taken, he put his pads together and stopped it right about 5 feet over the blue line. The senior captain, Will Kuiper, said he's one of the leaders on this team. 7 goals, 11 assists coming into tonight's contest.
Matt Rose chases down for the Colts. He flips it up on the left side. Hunter Ledwith. And Trevor Lalonde sends it into the zone. Ledwith unleashes a shot. And the puck loose in front. Good kick save by Goffredo.
Goffredo had to be super sharp on that second shot.
Kinnelon working hard, Ledwith, but finally Morris Knolls pokes it away from him.
Some consistent pressure by Kenilworth as they were buzzing all around Goffredo. And somehow the puck squirted to a loose Kinnelon player, but Goffredo was able to move quickly and make the save.
Face off to the left of Mike Goffredo. Won by Kinnelon. Hunter Ledwith trying to get to the loose puck. And the crowd chants his name. Here's a great opportunity by Civil, who broke through two defenders, comes back to Rittenauer, takes a long shot, a glove save by Goffredo.
Goffredo got that second one, but it's the first one that was stopped by Knolls. There we see the easy save and hold on for the whistle, but Walt Kuiper, the coach's son, took one off the ankle. You see him gingerly sitting down there. That's the shot that he blocked to prevent it to even reaching Mike Goffredo. Outstanding defensive play.
Face-off controlled by Morris Knolls. Zach Simmons skates across the blue line. Here comes Simmons across center ice. Simmons flying up the ice. He shoots and scores!
Lou, they call that a bum's rush when a guy takes the puck from deep inside his own zone and goes the length of the ice and puts one in. And that was a perfectly executed bum's rush as Zach Simmons put on the Jets, picked an upper corner, and did a beautiful job hitting the upper 90. Watch, from almost behind his own net, throws the puck ahead, then catches up to it, steps around another defenseman, Mike Sweeney, then shoots high up over the left shoulder of Tom Huber. From the ice level, there you see it. And is he happy? Boy, oh boy, he is.
Zach Simmons, his 8th goal of the season. None more spectacular than that. Morris Knolls has the lead in the Mennen Cup final. They lead it 1-0. Dylan McMurray goes back to get it. Putting on the brakes, it's actually Matt Rose for Kinnelon. He tries to flip it ahead, and they do get it to Ganad. Here comes Ganad. He shows his skating ability across the blue line, puts the brakes on, takes a shot that's deflected up out of play. Good job by Danny Don Fonseca, senior defenseman.
Good job by Fonseca as he stayed in between Ganad and the goal and was able to deflect the puck away.
3:14 remaining first period. Morris Knolls leads it by the score of 1-0.
Boy, that goal woke up the crowd, huh? Things got a little exciting.
Going back to get it, Caserta for Kinnelon. He flips it ahead. It comes across now center ice. Here's an opportunity for the Colts. Shot by Ledwith and a pad save by Goffredo.
Ludwig using the defenseman as a screen, let a quick shot go, but Mike Goffredo, he anticipated the shot. He knew where it was going to be, and he denied Ledwith his 18th of the season.
See, Kinnelon is outshot Morris Knolls 8-3, but it's 1-0 on the scoreboard. The Eagles have the lead. Ledwith gets a hold of it, does get it across the blue line. There's a long shot that was sticked aside by Goffredo. He just got a little bit of his stick on it to deflect it. In front, Ledwith with a nice pass, but it skipped off the stick of Lalonde.
Oh, Lalonde was right there looking for that one. Just couldn't quite find the handle.
2:15 counting down here in the first period. Morris Knolls 1, Kinnelon 0. Teams playing for the prestigious Mennen Cup title, one of the most coveted in the Garden State. Up ahead it goes to Christopher Rupp. And Rupp takes a big shot there. Loses the puck. Kinnelon good defensively on that sequence. Anderson has it. Trying to poke at it for Kinnelon. And Morris Knolls will clear it. Back to Zach Simmons. Simmons has the lone goal in the game. Up ahead is Gannad. Gannad gets 4 white jerseys.
They collapse real quickly and very well around him.
And up ahead, Ryan Deemer. He takes the shot that's deflected. Good defensive play by Matt Rose, who got his stick on that shot.
The junior defenseman did what he's supposed to do. He's a big physical player, and he got a piece of this. First, wards off a slash. Now watch Rose come over, then turn his skate and his stick to that side to prevent the shot from reaching the goal. Both teams tonight, Lou, showing a lot of poise and a lot of tact in their procedure and the way they're approaching this game.
Anderson is ridden off the puck. He gets it back, though. Anderson behind the goal against 2 defenders, has it knocked away from him. Morris Knolls defensively very tough in the Kinnelon zone, and here comes Monahan. Jack Monahan takes a long shot and just whistled by the glove of Huber.
When Monahan's on the ice, he shoots from anywhere and at any time. You have to be prepared.
And he flips it back now to Simmons. Simmons takes the shot that's deflected in front.
Well, what Huber did so well is he deflected that rebound away from the front of the net into the corner. Nice job.
Monahan all over the ice here for Morris Knolls. Joey Dreisbeck sends it back in. Here's a backhanded shot that Huber sticks aside. And finally, Gannad comes out of there with it for Kinnelon. Actually, not Gannad, but Dylan McMurray, who sends it all the way down the ice. Now Gannad has it for Kinnelon. Off the stick of Ledwith and back out to center ice. And the first period comes to an end. So an exciting, fast skating first period of play between these 2 outstanding teams. Kinnelon outshoots Morris Knolls 8-6, but the Golden Eagles, Zach Simmons, coast-to-coast goal. They have the lead by the score of 1-0 here in the Mennen Cup Championship. Simmons puts the Golden Eagles on the board first. They're up 1-0 at the end of 1 here on MSG Varsity's Game Time. Welcome back to the Mennen Arena. Lou Brogno along with Pete Caggiano. Glad you could join us here on MSG Varsity's Game Time. The Mennen Cup Championship. Morris Knolls leading Kinnelon by the score of 1-0. And Pete, this was a tough defensive game. Both goalies were rock solid in that first period.
Yeah, both teams playing very well there. You see a great save by Tom Huber. Now on the other side, watch as Gofredo makes a nice job squeezing those pads. But then they came to scoring punch on the outside. What a move by Jack Simmons as he picks the upper corner. We get another look there. You see it right in the middle of your screen as the cords bulge behind the pipe. And that's where we stand right now.
And you take a look in that first period. Number of shots on goal. Kinnelon out shooting Morris Knolls 8-6. Saves 8-5 in favor of Morris Knolls. Hits were about even, and face-offs also about even. Of course, the difference in the game, as we said, Zach Simmons with that scintillating goal for Morris Knolls, and the Golden Eagles lead it by the score of 1-0.
Both teams in that first period, Lou, doing a good job of maintaining composure and maintaining and playing within themselves, not trying to do too much.
Well, Kinnelon head coach Jeff Myron joins us. Jeff, Lou Brogno, Pete Caggiano. Hey, Jeff, in that first period, you actually outshot Morris Knolls 8-6, but trail on the scoreboard by 1. How do you assess that first period of play?
I think the boys played well. We got caught flat-footed off that face-off, and Simmons took it down and scored. But other than that, I think the boys are playing well.
Jeff, is Knolls doing anything different in this game than they did in the previous 2 games? And if so, how do you counterbalance that?
Guys, ones are up. I think they're doing a good job. They're trying to contain Gannad, and we're trying to contain their top guys. So it's just a chess match here right now.
All right, Jeff. Well, thanks for joining us. Good luck the rest of the game.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Tough hearing down on the bench with all the players, the fans. We got a packed house here tonight. Good crowd. Probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 12 to 1,400 people here at the Mennen Arena.
Music's blasting, crowd is roaring on both sides, so electric atmosphere here at the Mennen Arena. And we get ready for period number 2. Top 2 seeds here in the Mennen Cup tournament, battling it out for the championship. Face-off won by Kinnelon, and the second period is underway. In case you're just joining us, the Colts in their road green uniforms, skating left to right on your screen. Morris Knolls, the top seed, their home whites trimmed with gold and green. One goal in the game, Zach Simmons, his 8th of the season. Morris Knolls has a 1-0 lead, trying to win back-to-back Mennen Cup titles. And that is tough to do. This Mennen Cup championship is a tough championship to achieve. Here's Gannad. Gannad with some great skating and some good stick work. But Morris Knolls converges in the corner.
And who's right on Gannad but Jack Monahan, saying, you know what, not only can I score, I can play defense too.
You heard Jeff Myron talking about Morris Knolls, the job they're doing on Gannad, doing a good job defensively. That shot taken from the blue line by McMurr, but it was steered aside. And sent all the way down into the Kinnelon end. And the faceoff will come back in the Morris Knolls zone.
And Alfonseca made a very dangerous play right in front of Gofredo as he redirected that shot coming from the point. And when you're that close, you don't want to do that. You see, right there, Walt Kuiper telling him, let that shot go, let the goalie play it, don't try to redirect it, because if you don't get enough of it and just change the course of direction a little bit and it goes on goal, our goalie has no chance to stop it.
Walt Kuiper in his 14th season, 238 wins at Morris Knolls. And carrying in Jake Andrea. Circles around, Andrea takes the shot, Huber makes the save, comes back out, another shot save, and Huber trying to dive on top of the puck, it's still loose, a lot of pushing and shoving, now more shoving in front of the goal, and that gets the crowd into it.
Wow, that's action, that's the activity, that's the movement of the puck around the net. This is why goalies make their living. Look at the save. There's one. Comes back. There's one with the blocker. There's one with the power. No, it's going to go behind him, and he lays back and falls on it with his butt and his shoulders. Outstanding play by Tom Huber.
Morris Knolls gets another shot off, but this one sails well wide and high. On the far side boards, and Scholes for Morris Knolls keeps it in. Now it comes out to center ice, onto the stick of Sybil. But Matt Sybil taken down.
Now good no call there. He tried to split the two defensemen. He couldn't make it in between.
Out onto the stick of Andrea. He sends it up ahead. And here comes Sybil. Sybil fans on that one, though, as he tried to send it over to Ledwith. Now it comes back out from the point. Long slap shot. Puck loose in front. It is still loose, and finally a whistle blows as Gofredo comes up big for Morris Knolls.
Well, first we had the pile of humanity to our left in front of Tom Huber. Now it's in front of Mike Gofredo. As good pressure and good work here by Kinnelon. There's the save. There's some bodies coming across. Where's that puck? I don't know, but it's under there somewhere. Adjusting his mask, taking a well-deserved break. Mike Gofredo looking for his 14th victory of this year.
Julian Mozzola will take the face-off for Kinnelon, while Morris Knolls controls. Slapped up ahead by Christopher Rupp. out of play. So the face-off will come back into the Morris Knolls end.
Take a look at the Colts bench. They're all standing. They're not sitting. They're standing. That's a sign of a little bit of anxiousness.
Controlled by the Golden Eagles and kept in by Kinnelon. Now back out to Morris Knolls. Giving chase Tucker Simmons. Kept in at the blue line there by Danny Dunn. Da Fonseca, who took the shot, but it was deflected. Kinnelon trying to clear it out of there, and finally the Colts get the puck. Flip it to center ice. Kinnelon trying to keep it in, but Morris Knolls gets it back across center ice.
I think a little embellishment there by Zach Simmons. He was trying to draw a penalty from Kinnelon, and our officials said, nah, not going to give you that one.
Approaching 11:15 remaining here in the second. Ryan Deemer loses. Flipped up ahead. And icing the call.
4 minutes in to the second period.
What do you see out there so far in this early portion of the second?
I see it becoming pretty close to Brian Gannad time. I mean, this is usually the time where he'll step up. He needs to do something. The team needs to do something. And he, along with his teammate Bruce Anderson on that line, are two very big, very strong guys that make things happen.
There's a backhanded shot by Gannad. Right on cue. He tries to send it in. Now pushing and shoving as they converge on top of the goalkeeper, Goffredo. Game has gotten a little physical here in this second period.
Yeah, a little chippy, but if you take a look at Brian Gannad and Bruce Anderson, 9 and 10 respectively, they're like two sequoia trees. They're both 6'4", 6'5". Here we're going to see the backhand. There's the save. It squirts to the right. Where is it? Oh, you saw it there for a second. Gannad trying a second shot. Now watch everybody pushing, shoving. And it's like, oh, how did you do in your math exam today?
Knolls trying to bang it out of there, but Kinnelon keeps it in. Here's Gannad in the corner. Circles behind the goal. Jack Monahan intercepts for Morris Knolls. Anderson now for Kinnelon. Flips it to Gannad. Gannad circles around, puts the brakes on. Gannad does get out of there with it. Has it deflected, though, by Walt Kuiper. Big hit on the far side. Anderson tries to get the puck for Kinnelon. And Morris Knolls, good shot by Monahan. Stopping on a dime to change direction.
Yeah, you saw some skill right there.
And up ahead it goes to Haddock Weiler, who had it knocked away. Anderson sends it up ahead. (11-7) shots on goal in favor of Kinnelon. 9:45 remaining, second period, 1-0 Morris Knolls on top. Dan Rittenauer sends it in behind the goal.
Both teams looking to find themselves the last minute or so, a little ragtag here. Have to gain their composure, gain their confidence, and do what they're able to do and not try to do it too much.
Puck dangerously loose in front, and then trying to take a swipe at it. Joey Dreisbach of Morris Knolls. Kept in here by Simmons. Zach Simmons has it stripped away from him. Good defense by Lalonde. And Lalonde gives chase in the corner. Ridden into the boards by Da Fonseca. He's got it here for Morris Knolls, but it's intercepted by Ledwith. And he just dumps it in.
Both teams changing quickly, about a minute 20, minute 30 seconds on a shift, and that's it. Teams can't afford to be too cute here. They have to make good, solid passes, especially breaking out of their own zone.
Simmons sends it up ahead. Chased down here by Mike Sweeney of Kinnelon. And Piper at center ice dumps it in. Neither team right now able to mount much of anything. It's intercepted here by Morris Knolls. A backhanded shot, flips up high over the crossbar and then bangs over the glass.
Tom Huber, the senior, it's his job to stop that guy and those guys. Christopher Rupp, Jack Monahan, Matt Mezek. Stepping in is Gennad.
Dumped behind the goal. Francis Caserta chases down there for the Colts. Comes outside now to Anderson. And he has it stripped away by Deemer. Ryan Deemer in the corner for Morris Knolls. Flips it back to Kuiper at the blue line. Back to Deemer. Deemer looking for help. Here's Kuiper. Long shot that goes wide.
It was a rebound off the backboards that was dangerous. It just missed the Knolls player who was parked in the corner.
Gennad trying to clear it out of there. Now he'll do a little fancy skating. And he slips down but takes it across the blue line. Here comes Gennad. Gennad splits the defense. Takes a shot that bangs off the side of the goal. And then a hit in front of the crease. But no call. And Monahan, I think, is going to go.
Yeah, that time he will go because that was after the whistle. But I'm impressed with Gofredo's save on that. He anticipated Gennad coming around the outside and did a great job holding the short side post and made the save. But this is a situation where Brian Gennad has to distribute the puck because when he comes down into the zone, he's attracting attention. He's got to distribute the puck to his teammates.
Power play for Kinnelon. An opportunity. Gennad shoots and scores! Might have been deflected in front by Matt Sybil.
I think it is going to be Sybil. Sybil jumped awful high when that puck went into the net. And usually that's the best way to tell who put the puck in the net. Look for the guy who jumps the highest. We'll catch it right off the face-off. Nice job to feed the point. There it is. Yep, he's right there in front. Maybe we'll get a better look from this angle. There's the shot. Oh, nice job. That puck was in the air about 2.5 feet high. And with the shaft of his stick, yep, he's confirming right there with the official. I got that one. That one's mine.
It's a power play goal, and we are tied at 1. Kinnelon cashes in. Here's a long shot that's deflected, taken by Monahan. 6:25 remaining in the second, and Kinnelon has tied the Mennen Cup final at 1. Puck loose in front. Huber makes a great save. The puck is still loose under a bunch of bodies, and now the official blows the whistle.
We're going to have a penalty against Kinnelon, and that was a good penalty to take because two players were parked right in front of the net. Ryan Deemer was right there looking for a rebound, and he was tackled. He was jumped upon by Trevor Lalonde, and Trevor's going to sit for 2 minutes. But that's one of those good penalties to take because it prevented a goal. Good job by Knolls. Immediately after giving up a goal, what do? They crash the net. They go right to it. Look, here's one whack. Great save. Look at the commotion in front. Watch, you're going to see it. Boom, take it down right there. Looked like the state wrestling finals.
Power play for Morris Knolls. A chance for them to regain the lead. Eric Haddock-Weiler takes it into the corner. Monahan slips down. Monahan trying to keep the puck alive and does. Now Knolls will set it up right at the blue line. It comes back to Deemer. Ryan Deemer now from the blue line. Simmons takes a shot. Score! Zach Simmons, his second of the game.
I was impressed, Lou, with the puck movement. The poise, the patience that Knolls showed on that power play. Look, I'm not going to shoot. Nope, I'm going to send it in the middle. I mean, wait. Finds an opening just under the right pad. Simmons does a nice job of getting himself right in the middle of the ice, gets as much of the net to shoot out as possible, keeps the shot low, and just squeaks under the pad of Tom Huber. And boy, that didn't take long for Knolls to regain the lead.
2-1, Morris Knolls, they score on a power play goal.
That's how you answer it, Lou. When you give one up, you got to come back quickly, and that's exactly what the Eagles did.
5:25 counting down, second period. Now Kinnelon breaks out across the blue line. Hunter Ledwith has it knocked away from him. And the puck's still loose. Morris Knolls trying to clear. Ledwith gets the puck, has it deflected by Simmons and out of play.
Wow, where isn't Zach Simmons? He scores goals, he blocks shots, he's all over the ice. That's why he's got that C on his shirt. He's one of the captains, one of their leaders.
Simmons with 2 goals in the game, his 8th and 9th of the season.
And that puts him up now to 20 points on the year.
Kinnelon wins the face-off. That puck dangerously redirected in front. Here's Monahan, intercepts across the blue line. Streaking in, he shoots and it got by Huber, but bounced forward. Here comes Gannad. Gannad across the blue line. Gannad circles in front. He's taken down, and a penalty coming up against Morris Knolls.
That was an obvious one, Lou. That's a hook. When you look in the textbook and you see what is a hook, it's right here. Watch this. Watch how he gets the stick right in the arm, tucks him, pulls him down. That should be in a highlight video on how to commit a hooking penalty. Now again, the momentum now switches over to Kinnelon's side. Kinnelon scored, Knolls scored. Kinnelon now has a power play. Do they come back?
Anderson takes the face-off for Kinnelon, but Morris Knolls wins it and flips it all the way down the ice. Colts on the power play, a chance to tie it back up. Here comes Ledwith, streaking across center ice. He flips it on the left side to Gannad. Anderson, backhand shot. That's deflected away by Goffredo. And then circling around is Anderson. He tries to feed it behind the goal. There's a quick shot in front. Puck is deflected away by Morris Knolls and all the way down. 1:20 remaining on the power play. Quick pass by Huber onto the stick of Gannad. Gannad flips in front and Huber makes the save. The puck then comes behind the net.
Lou, you have to be impressed with how quickly Brian Gannad gets his shot off.
Shot, score! McMurray took the shot and Gannad knocked it in. He deflected it in. The goal, Brian Gannad ties it at 2.
Lou, that's the only way these goaltenders are going to get beat tonight, on deflections. And this is just a beautiful play. And another power play goal. The shot's taken. You see him right in front there. He got a piece of it. Take a look. Yup. With his back to the net, his face pointing at the shooter. He redirects it behind him, receives the accolades from his teammates. And again, 3 power play goals, one after the other. Just outstanding.
So we are tied at 2. What has been an explosive.
The announcer hasn't even announced the second, third, or fourth goals tonight. He's behind.
Again, I'm pretty sure that was Gannad's goal.
I believe so, Lou.
Murray took the shot, but Gannad deflected it in. Here's Anderson. He flips it up ahead to Gannad. Here's Brian Gannad. He takes a shot and glove saved by Goffredo. And then he lets it loose and the Golden Eagles come back the other way. Quickly up ice they come. Gannad takes a shot into the boards, and that's going to be a penalty on Morris Morris Knolls and Gannad is shaken up.
Yeah, he hit his right shoulder pretty hard into the boards. And it wasn't as violent as it turned out to be. A little push from behind. We'll get a better look here. Gannad knows he's there. He kind of slips, hits his right shoulder low. Definitely worthy of a penalty. But I mentioned earlier before that it was time to be Brian Gannad time, and he's definitely stepped up to the plate.
Zach Simmons in the penalty box for Morris Knolls. It'll give Kinnelon another power play opportunity, and this time the Colts have a chance to take the lead.
And the way the teams are scoring power play goals tonight, you don't want to be sitting in that sin bin at all.
3 minutes remaining in the second period. 2-minute power play opportunity. Kinnelon wins the face-off and a quick slap shot taken. Gofredo makes a good save on Trevor Lalonde.
Let's take a look at that goal one more time. Right side of the screen. Hits the goalie's glove and goes in. But I'm looking where the official, he points to the goal, but he's also pointing at the player. And notice how the other players are coming over to Gannad. So that's why I got a hunch that Gannad deflected it. But we'll have to wait for the official score to find out definitively.
.245 remaining here in the second period. 1:40 left on the power play. So the official score does give the goal to McMurr. So Gannad does not deflect it in. So it is McMurr who took the initial slap shot. His goal tied the game at 2. Now Kinnelon a chance to take the lead in front. Gannad! Great save by Gofredo, and then rebound put in! Kinnelon takes the lead.
It's the other captain, the other one of the big sequoia trees, Bruce Anderson in the slot.
Another power play goal, this time Anderson.
Great save on a shot by Gannad. Now watch, he just circles, fires. And Gofredo couldn't quite recover from the first one. You're going to see he slipped right under his pad to the back of the net. There's a great save on the first one. Commotion in front, he doesn't know where it is. Bingo, it's behind him.
Kinnelon leads it 3-2. First time the Colts have had the lead here in this Mennen Cup Championship. 2 minutes remaining, second period. Chris ice it goes. Ryan Deemer sends it up ahead for Morris Knolls. Let's see if the Golden Eagles can answer. Monahan shoots and scores!
Lou, what happened to defense? A very tight, very controlled, very close played game. And now over the last 6 minutes, we've had pucks enter the net like crazy.
Jack Monahan with a blistering shot.
Well, if there's anything we're seeing tonight, we're seeing the big guns step up. We're seeing the guys who have scored all year. We're seeing the guys who, when the chips are down, the guys you count on to put the puck in the net, they're doing it. Nice setup, quick wrist shot, just inside that post. And Knolls gains another lead. Ties the score with just under 2 minutes to go.
We are tied at 3 with 1.5 minutes remaining in an explosive second period. Gofredo stick save, and it deflects out of play up over the glass.
What's left? 1.5 minutes? We have time for maybe 2 more goals? What do you think?
It has been a wild one here in the second period of the Mennen Cup Championship.
And for Monahan, that's his 32nd of the season. This is
entertaining game.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm
you enjoying yourself?
I was saying to myself, well, what are we going to talk about in between the second and third periods? Now, boy, oh boy.
What aren't you going to talk about?
Exactly.
Flying up the ice comes Jake Gandrea, and Huber comes out to make the save, and then a pile up in front.
Play players getting a little too close to the opposing goaltenders. Once the whistle blows, once he has control, they don't have to crash as hard, but they are. Both teams getting fresh legs out there for this last minute 20. And both goaltenders, although they played well, have really been beaten by some great shots.
And a quick shot off the face-off. Huber makes the save. Kinnelon has outshot Morris Knolls 21-13. Comes back to center ice. Walt Kuiper goes back to get it there for the Golden Eagles. Flips it across to Haddock-Weiler. Eric Haddock-Weiler chases down in the corner. He gets his stick on the puck and flips it ahead. Less than a minute now remaining in the second period. Brian Gannad circles behind his own goal. Puts the brakes on and flips it up ahead to Anderson. Anderson has it knocked away from him. Gannad gets it back. Gannad shoots it towards the net, and Cafredo made the initial save, but then the puck was loose in front, and Kinnelon almost put it in on the rebound. In front, backhanded shot. McMurray, Gannad poking at it. And let's see, it looks like it might be in, and yes, it's a goal for Kinnelon.
Our official Rob Wilson pointed immediately as well as the red light was on, well before the multitude of players pushed the net off its mark.
Now, if the goal is good, we'll have to take another look. I have no idea who poked it in.
See, it's in right there. Oh, no doubt about it. Take a look from behind the net. There's the shot. Watch it right between the legs. Bingo, there it is over the goal line. And
yes,
I can't see who
Gannad.
that is.
I'm pretty sure it's Gannad.
I'm waiting for him to get up so he can turn around and see the numbers being hugged by his team. And it is. It's Gannad. Brian Gannad scores his 24th of the season.
Kinnelon's fourth goal of the second period. They lead it 4-3. Up ahead, intercepted by the Colts and lifted behind the Morris Knolls goal. Only 5 seconds remaining here in the second. Puck comes out to center ice, and the second period comes to an end. A wild one here at the Mennen Arena. Morris Knolls led 1-0 after one. It's now 4-3 Kinnelon.
Wow. 3 power play goals, some even strength goals, action back and forth. I can't wait for the third period.
Well, Kinnelon has a 1-goal lead. One more period to go here in the Mennen Cup Championship. The Colts scoring in all sorts of ways, and they're up by 1. They lead Morris Knolls 4-3. Third period upcoming here on MSG Varsity's Game Time. Welcome back to the Mennen Arena. 2 periods in the books in the prestigious Mennen Cup Championship game. Kinnelon leading Morris Knolls by the score of 4-3. Lou Brogno along with Pete Caggiano as we try to catch our breath. That wild second period, Pete. These two teams obviously woke up in that second period. How do you explain all those goals being scored?
Wow, it was just an explosion of offensive power. Both teams a little tentative in the first period, not that period. And if you left your TV to go to the refrigerator for a bite to eat, you miss a lot.
Well, let's take a look at all those goals in the second period. There's a lot to go over.
All right, starts off with Kinnelon. This is Sybil scoring on a beautiful shot. As it doesn't take Knolls long to catch up. As Zach Simmons scores his second of the evening. But again, Kinnelon, no time wasted. McMurray scores. Kinnelon. There's Anderson's goal. Those all 4 were all power play goals. Now we get to the even strength stuff. This time it's Monahan in the slot. Lets a quick wrist shot go. Bingo, it's in. His first of the evening. And And then Gannad, watch this tenacity, watch this play in front of the net. First save by Goffredo. Look, he hustles, pokes it between the legs, and puts us at 4-3. Outstanding.
Shots on goal. Kinnelon in the lead in that department, 24-13. Morris Knolls, Goffredo with 20 saves in the game so far. Power plays were a significant part of period number 2. Kinnelon 3 for 3 on the power play, and Morris Knolls scored on their only power play opportunity. Morris Knolls has controlled the faceoffs 24-15, and the score on the scoreboard: Kinnelon up by 1, the Colts 4, Morris Knolls 3. The third period of the Mennen Cup final coming up next here on MSG Varsity's Game Time. Back at the Mennen Arena, Kinnelon leading Morris Knolls by the score of 4-3, and we're joined now by Morris Knolls head coach Walt Kuiper. Walt, we brought him along with Pete Caggiano. Walt, a wild second period. What'd you say to your team between the second and third period here? How do you approach the third?
That we got to come out, play a little more disciplined hockey, stay out of the penalty box, get back on the attack, 5-on-5 hockey, put some more pucks at the front of their net.
Well, it seems like their big guns are doing a good job. Sybil, Gannad, Anderson. Any focus on those players to slow them down?
Just got to really put stick on stick, slow them down, keep them to the outside, and if we have possession of the puck, they don't.
All right, Walt, thanks for joining us. Good luck here in this third period.
Thank you, guys. Let's go.
Walt Kuiper, veteran head coach Morris Knolls, won this Mennen Cup championship in 2005 and 2012. 2005 won it all, won the state championship. Of course, this is what they're playing for this year. The Mennen Cup championship, a long history that dates all the way back to 1976. And here's the last 10 years. Morris Knolls, as you said, won it last year and in 2005.
And look at those schools in the middle. Morristown Beard 4 times, Randolph twice.
Kinnelon has never won the Mennen Cup championship. They are one period away from doing so. They have a 1-goal lead, but there's a lot of hockey to be played. And we are underway in the third. Glad you could join us here on MSG Varsity's Game Time. Big crowd on hand here at the Mennen Arena, enjoying a terrific game. In front, Simmons circles in and almost wrapped one in.
Lou, are you sure Simmons is a defenseman? He only has 2 goals. And where was he? He was in front of the net trying to put the puck in.
And he has the puck right here. Flips it up ahead to Eric Haddock-Weiler. And he goes all the way down, but a whistle blows.
Puck hit one of the players leaning over the boards. So technically that's out of play. And they will drop the puck.
Just underway here in the third period. Kinnelon skated in the Halverson Cup final in 2008, but lost to Pequannock 4-2. They skated in 2007's Haas Cup final and lost to Park Regional 4-3. This is their third Cup final, all 3 different. Haas, Halverson, and Mennen. Wrap around here by Matt Sybil.
But this time they're looking for a different outcome. They lost the first 2 Cup games they were in. This time they're looking to reverse that fortune.
Both teams extremely high seeds in the upcoming state tournament as well. Morris Knolls a number 1 seed in Public A, and Kinnelon, I believe, the number 2 seed in Public B.
That is correct, Lou.
Jack Andrea carries up for Morris Knolls, and it comes out to center ice. Golden Eagles down by 1, trying to win back-to-back Mennen Cup titles. Across it goes to Hunter Ledwith. Ledwith flips it in, and it's gloved by Goffredo, and he holds on.
Goffredo taking no chances. Puck probably would have gone wide, but he stuck out the left arm and just held on for the whistle. Wants to make sure his team out there is set and ready. There we take a look at the past few years.
As we said, the Mennen Cup tournament goes all the way back to 1976. Chatham Township, in fact, won the first 4 Mennen Cups.
Yeah, that was the second banner. There's another banner to the left of that that's completely filled and doesn't have any room for any more names.
And that one flipped high up over the glass and out of play.
The crowd from Kinnelon here pointing to the scoreboard, and rightly so, as they have the lead.
Great showing by both student bodies, by the way, here at this Mennen Cup Championship. Got to give both Kinnelon and Morris Knolls a lot of credit. Students came out for this championship game.
There's the Knolls faithful dressed in yellow.
Eric Haddock-Weidler sends it up. Taken there by Mike Sweeney of Kinnelon. And quickly Gannad across center ice. Gannad across the blue line. Tries to dish it to Anderson. Anderson is banged into the boards by Da Fonseca. And Morris Knolls clears it out to center ice. Francis Caserta sends it in for the Colts. 12 and a half remaining here in the third period. Jack Monahan gets by 2 defenders, but then is taken down.
And that was Mike Sweeney doing a great job hitting him along the boards.
Stolen. Nice job there by Deemer.
But Deemer's going to go. It's going to be either a cross check or a high stick. It's going to be a cross check. A little overzealous right there.
That's just what Walt Kuiper did not want. No, actually, it's
from his side.
It's going to be on Kinnelon.
It's going to be on Mike Sweeney.
Sweeney goes, not Deemer. So the penalty is on Kinnelon, and that's going to give Morris Knolls a power play opportunity. Here's Kuiper, takes the shot. Huber makes the save. The puck loose in front, still loose. Haddock-Weidler keeps it alive. They go across to Kuiper. Kuiper lines it up. Now he tried to center it. What a play by Deemer to keep that puck alive, and then Huber makes another save. That puck was going to be cleared by Kinnelon, and Deemer gave his entire body and dove at the puck to keep it alive. Watch it.
That sophomore, he plays many roles on his team. One of them on the power play. There you see right there is he hustles to keep the puck in the zone. And then a quick shot by Monahan and a good save by Tom Huber.
Simmons flips it back. Quick shot. Morris Knolls wraps around. Still have possession of the puck to the Golden Eagles. Monahan gets loose. He shoots. Huber makes the save. Puck loose in front, and a whistle blows.
Again, bodies all around the goaltenders. Boy, does that guy have a quick shot or what? Monahan dipsy doodles right by the line. Quick wrist shot. There's the save. Where is it? It's in my skates. Nope, now I got my glove on. And somebody comes over the top of Tom Huber.
Minute 12 remaining on the Morris Knolls power play. Golden Eagles trying to tie this thing up. Haddock-Weidler behind the net. He flips it out to the blue line. Now from the point, Simmons to Haddock-Weidler. He circles around, back to Simmons. Takes a slap shot. It's deflected in front. Good defensive play by McMurray.
The senior forward giving up his body. Nice job to block that shot.
Haddock-Weidler sends it behind the goal, and it's out of the zone, and Morris Knolls has to chase. Just 35 seconds left on the power play. Approaching 10:35 remaining in the third period. Up ahead it goes to Simmons. Simmons across the blue line. Skates in. Simmons loses, and Huber covers up.
That time Simmons had the opportunity. He was able to walk all the way in, but at the last moment lost control and didn't get off the good shot. He already has 2 goals this evening, his 8th and 9th, and probably one of the most offensive defensemen you'll see on the ice tonight.
Kinnelon leading it 4-3. And the Colts able to clear it. Fredo plays the puck for Morris Knolls. Ledwith doing some job forechecking. Looks like he's going to take it away. And finally Morris Knolls gets to it, but this power play has been extinguished. Up ahead it goes to Rupp. He loses and it's sent back down the ice, and the Kinnelon fans give the Colts a hand.
Nice job killing off that power play, although Knolls did a good job with pressure. They were buzzing all around Tom Huber, just couldn't put the puck over the line. Little equipment adjustment to the helmet face mask area. Looks to be that flapper that he's fixing. And the officials will give him a little time to do that. Now it looks like he's set.
Senior goalkeeper Tom Huber has had a terrific year for the Colts.
It's our official Rob Wilson, veteran official, many years wearing the stripes. Make sure that the player's okay, and now he'll start up again.
And that's what they play for, the prestigious Mennen Cup. And you heard the coaches talk about it earlier. In the public school ranks, it is the top of the heap.
Isn't that what Frank Sinatra said too?
I think he was referring to the Mennen Cup there. Played there by Joey Dreisbach. A lot of sticks whacking at each other in the corner. Morris Knolls able to keep it in the Kinnelon end. It comes out to the blue line. Kuiper fakes the shot. Now winds up. Huber makes the save.
Oh, what poise by Kuiper. He didn't shoot right away because the Kinnelon player went down. He waited and then got the good shot off. Outstanding.
Dished up ahead and chased down now by Anthony Scholes of Morris Knolls. Less than 9 minutes remaining in regulation. Kinnelon with a 4-3 lead. And the crowd roaring on every hit and every shot.
People thought that was a penalty. It was a delayed offside, and Goffredo made a mistake. He was going towards the bench. Coach Kuiper had to yell at him, "Go back, go back." It's not a penalty, it's a delayed offsides. We talked about players having poise. Look how he dances around the charging Kinnelon player, then gets the hard shot off. Good save by Tom Huber. That's got to make a father proud.
Ganad puts the brakes on, flips it up ahead, and it comes all the way back onto the stick of Simmons of Morris Knolls. Sent ahead by Deemer, Ryan Deemer for the Golden Eagles. Gets the puck, he shoots, and Huber makes a shoulder save there. Wrapping around Deemer. Back to the blue line it goes. Skips away from Deemer, and Kinnelon will be able to clear here. Gets away from Simmons, McMurr, and Simmons wins the race. 7:40 counting down in the third. Still 4-3 Kinnelon.
Lou, now as we're going to see the big guys allotting a lot of ice time. Probably just on for a minute, off for a minute, just back and forth.
Stolen by the Colts. Lalonde trying to center in front, and Morris Knolls comes back the other way. Kinnelon clears it across the blue line. Ledwith, Hunter Ledwith, long shot, sticked aside by Goffredo. We're under 7 minutes left now. Sent up ahead. End-to-end action here. Kuiper chases down for the Golden Eagles. Tries to set it up, takes a look up the ice. His pass skips all the way down into the Kinnelon end.
Knolls is going to have to pick up their forecheck here. They're going to have to do a better job keeping.
Here comes Grenade. It's a 3-on-2 for Kinnelon. Grenade skates in. He shoots in. Goffredo makes the save.
Two outstanding plays. First, Grenade demonstrating his speed, his skill, and his long reach. But credit that guy right there, Mike Goffredo, for making the save. Watch, right down the middle. Little Dipsy knew to move. I'm going to go to the outside. Cuts back with a forehand. But look how he had the angle played. Mike Goffredo went down early, but he cut off that short side and did a great job denying Grenade the goal.
Morris Knolls wins the faceoff. Now a race to the puck. Huber comes way out to play it, and then he stroked it behind his goal, and he just missed his goal by just a couple of feet.
Yeah, I didn't think he wanted it that close, Lou, but that's a good play by the goalie to do that because the goaltenders have a protected area. Everybody thinks if they come outside the crease, they can be hit. Not so. There's a protected area that runs from face-off dot to face-off dot back to the boards. Anytime in that area, they cannot be touched, whether they have the puck or don't have it.
Huber makes the glove save and then quickly releases to keep the puck in play. And the puck flipped up over the glass and out of play. 5:25 remaining in the third period, and Kinnelon hanging on to a 4-3 lead.
And now do you grip the sticks a little tighter? What kind of pressure is that guy going to be under for the next 5.5 minutes? As you know, Knolls is going to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at him.
Face-off controlled by the Golden Eagles. Kuiper flips it along the far side boards, and he pokes at it, but it's picked off by Kinnelon. Haddock Weiler goes behind the goal where Huber plays it there. Ledwith trying to get to the loose puck for Kinnelon. Skips off the stick now of Scholes. Shot in front, goes right through the crease that time. The Kinnelon fans kind of sigh as that one went through there.
Yeah. The pressure by the Morris Knolls Golden Eagles forces Kinnelon to ice the puck as we take a look at the big gun with 1 goal and 3 assists tonight, Brian Grenade, the senior. And he's helping out that guy right there, Tom Huber, as I expect the pressure really to mount to the right side of the ice.
Face off to the right of Huber. Morris Knolls able to keep it in play. Here's a quick shot. Huber makes a glove save but could not hang on as the puck skipped away from him. And then a whistle blows the play dead.
Puck's going to come outside the zone as the Knolls player deflected it. Da Fonseca got a hand on it and put it up over the glass.
Oh, we had 6 goals scored in the second period and none here in the third. It has been a defensive-minded game here in period number 3. Ledwith flips it back. Lalonde loses. Up off the near side boards. Simmons does a nice job to keep control of the puck.
And also does a nice job avoiding a check, otherwise he would have got plastered.
Here's Ledwith. And he has it stripped away from him by Dreisbach. Dreisbach, nice puck, takes a big shot. Big hit delivered by Wittenauer.
That reminded me of Scott Stevens. That was a tremendous hit by Dan Rittenauer.
Monahan flips it to Simmons. Makes a shot, and it's loose in front. Initial save made by Huber. Monahan winds up. It was deflected out in front. Comes back out to Simmons. He can't control. It's taken away from him. Here is McMurray who took the shot, but that was deflected. And it comes back out towards the blue line. McMurray almost knocked it away. Morris Knolls starting to turn on the Jets here a little bit as we're less than 3 minutes left in regulation, and they're down by a goal.
Well, now you throw caution to the wind, Lou. Everybody's up. Nobody's back. It doesn't matter if you give up one more. You have to score.
Puck heads into the Kinnelon end. 2.5 left here in the Mennen Cup Championship. Here's Anderson across the blue line for Kinnelon. He has it poked away from him.
I think right now Kinnelon is content to get over the red line and just dump it in. They just have to hide another 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and the cup is theirs.
Matt Sybil takes a shot into the boards. We're less than 2 minutes left now. Knocked away by Caserta of Kinnelon. And it comes back into the Morris Knolls end. Anthony Scholes across the blue line. Scholes across center ice. Has it poked away from him by Gannad. Gannad gets up, has possession of the puck. Gannad puts the brakes on. Waiting for some help. Takes a shot into the far side boards. Puck is still loose. And Morris Knolls comes out of there with it. Kuiper chases. We're down to 1:18 remaining.
What a job by Gannad. He wasted about 30 seconds. First holding the puck along the sideboard, and then using the big reach and that big stick that he has to knock it away back into the Knolls zone.
Crowd on both sides of the Mennen Arena on its feet. 1 minute remaining in the Mennen Cup Championship. Here's Monahan, circles around. He flips it out to the blue line. Morris Knolls has pulled its goalie. That pass goes off of the stick of Deemer. No goalie, empty net for Morris Knolls. They have the extra skater on. Here's Monahan, he shoots in front. Here's another shot, score!
It's that man, Zach Simmons. His third of the game, a hat trick. And Lou, we didn't think we can get any more excitement. We just did.
Wow. They are going wild on the Morris Knolls side. The Golden Eagles have tied it with 40 seconds remaining in regulation.
Zach Simmons just cruising the middle of the ice, cruising that slot area. The puck slipped out to him. He let a quick shot go. There was so much commotion in front. Watch the wraparound attempt by Monahan. Doesn't work. Comes out to the slot. Quick shot, and it's in. And the celebration begins. We are tied at 4. And because this is a playoff game, we will play a 15-minute sudden victory overtime should we end the next 40 seconds the same way.
Simmons goes back to get it. What a game he has had for Morris Knolls. Game of his life. Coming in with 7 goals on the year. 3 in the Mennen Cup final. There's an opportunity. The puck loose in front and taken by Morris Knolls. Here comes Deemer. 13 seconds remaining. Deemer skates in. He shoots a blast that goes by Huber. Kinnelon gets the loose puck, and that should do it. We are going overtime in the Mennen Cup Championship.
Lou, I need some more water up here. I'm out of words. This has been unbelievable. Both teams leaving everything on the ice.
So Simmons ties it with 40 seconds left, and now we will go sudden victory overtime, and it was Simmons' goal. Let's take a look at Zach Simmons' goal, which sends this one to an extra period of hockey. We've played 3 periods here at the Mennen Arena. Nothing's been settled yet. Morris Knolls and Kinnelon are tied at 4. Zach Simmons ties it up, sends us to overtime here on MSG Varsity's Game Time. Welcome back to MSG Varsity's Game Time here at the Mennen Arena. And the Morris Knolls fans, the Kinnelon fans fired up. We are tied at 4 as we go to overtime here in the Mennen Cup Championship. And this is how we got to this overtime period.
Good pressure by Knolls. They pull their goaltender. Monahan tries to wrap around. It doesn't work. But who comes up into the slot? It's Zach Simmons, scoring his 3rd of the evening, his 10th of the season. And with just a shade under 40 seconds to go, he puts his game into overtime.
So we go OT. A lot of pressure on both goaltenders, overtime rules. It will be 1 15-minute sudden victory period. First team that scores wins. If tied at the end of 15 minutes, teams will be declared co-champions.
And those are the rules designated by the NJSIAA.
Here we go. Overtime for the Mennen Cup here in 2013. Fans on both sides are on their feet. Here's Ganad behind the goal. Tries to get the loose puck. He does have possession. Sends it up ahead to McMurray. He puts it on the stick at center ice of Anderson. Flips it up ahead behind the goal. Played there by Dafonseca of Morris Knolls. It comes back to McMurray. Haddock Weiler can't get the loose puck. Here's Ganad. Splits the defense and taken away by the Golden Eagles. Quickly across center ice, Simmons has his shot deflected. Ryan Deemer has the puck here for Morris Knolls. Circles around, goes behind the net now. Golden Eagles look to set it up. In front, and almost a shot for Joey Dreisbach. And that one goes through the crease, taken there by Deemer. Here's Ganad. Puts the brakes on. Now flips it up to Anderson on the left wing. Across the blue line, McMurray has his shot deflected there by Simmons, who's been all over the ice here in this Mennen Cup Championship.
And Lou, when you get to overtime, any shot has a possibility of winning the game, so you really have to be on your game the entire time.
Matt Civil chases down here for Kinnelon. The Colts able to keep it alive. Civil sends it cross ice. Here's a shot that's blocked in front. Hunter Ledwith took that shot. He saves it at the blue line and flips it back in. Good play. Now it comes back out. Simmons dumps it up ahead. And Simmons sends it, bounces, takes a wicked hop that Huber gloves. Kinnelon the other way. 2 minutes gone by in overtime. Rittenauer takes a shot, but Gofredo covers up.
Good hard shot by Dan Rittenauer on the backhand. Again, one of those offensive-minded defensemen. Took a sharp backhand shot, but Mike Gofredo was able to trap it against his chest.
Monahan will take the face-off against Ganad, and it's won by Morris Knolls. Banged off the glass and all the way down to the Kinnelon end. Icing the call, and the face-off will come back in the Morris Knolls zone. Jeff
He's working that gun pretty good, Jeff.
His team just 40 seconds away from the Mennen Cup title, but Zach Simmons tied the game up. And here we are in OT. Again, Monahan and Ganad. Monahan wins the face-off. Hands it to Kuiper. Kuiper behind the net. Flips it up ahead onto the stick of Deemer. Ryan Deemer races up the right sideline, but it's knocked away by Kinnelon. taken by Monahan, center ice. He goes across the ice. Kuiper, a long shot that stick to side there by Huber. Here's a long shot that's deflected in front. Another shot goes through the crease. Taken that time by Scholes. Anthony Scholes. And Gannett. Ryan Gannett quickly across the blue line. Gannett, he shoots and it's deflected. Oh, what a play by Kuiper, who gave up his body to deflect that one.
That's the second time Kuiper's gone down to block a shot and he comes up limping.
He is hurt. And down in front of the net. Kuiper trying to regain his breath a little bit. Here's Hunter Ledwith for Kinnelon. He dishes in front, trying to put it on the stick of Matt Sibyl. Kinnelon flips it back into the Morris Knolls end. Anthony Scholes puts the brakes on. 11:15 remaining in overtime. It goes over to Christopher Rupp. Across the ice, intercepted Kinnelon. Colts flip it up ahead. And Morris Knolls dumps it out of the zone.
It was Sibyl the other night who scored the game winner in overtime. Can he do it again tonight? Or does Zach Simmons maybe score his unprecedented fourth of the evening? We'll know hopefully in a little while.
In front, and Ledwith gets to it there for Kinnelon. He flips it along the boards, and it's directed towards the goal. Here comes Kinnelon quickly up ice. Here's the shot. It's deflected in front and out of play. Looks like Hunter Ledwith might have an opportunity, and then he takes his stick and gives a shot to Fonseca.
Yeah, he did. He gave a little poke there. Temper's running a little high right now. Sweat coming off the visor. We talked about Sibyl and how he's Johnny on the spot and how he got the knack for scoring the big goals. This is the overtime game the other night. There you see it as Kinnelon beat Morristown to get into the final game this evening.
Puck rolls dangerously towards Huber, and he's able to cover up with 10:19 remaining here in overtime.
Those are the ones, that last little dribbler right there, that look tougher than they are because sometimes you overplay it. You're too cautious, and it can slip by you.
Face off to the left of Tom Huber. Flipped along the boards by Mike Sweeney of Kinnelon. He goes across the ice, but it's intercepted there by Morris Knolls. Monahan. Anderson keeps it alive for the Colts. That one looked like it hit somebody's body at the blue line.
It hit McMurray in the helmet or right in the face. Thank God the equipment is so good today, he just shrugged it right off.
Here's Simmons. Has it taken away. Monahan circles around and flips it ahead. Played there by Ryan Deemer of Morris Knolls. And now taken by Gannett. Ryan Gannett across the blue line. Across center ice. Gets by two defenders, but loses it. Good defense by the Golden Eagles. And it's flipped up ahead and will be played behind the net there by Rittenheim. Kuiper keeps it alive at the blue line for Morris Knolls. That shot deflected, goes behind the goal. Comes back outside and across the blue line and out of the zone. Morris Knolls sets it back up. Less than 9 minutes remaining in overtime.
And we take a look. Walt Kuiper, he's got to get his troops going here. He's a very vocal guy behind the bench. He is both passionate as well as instructional back there, and he lets his players know exactly how he feels and where they and what they should be doing.
Back to center ice, kept alive there by Matt Rose, and he looked like he was just really dumping it in, but it went all the way to Goffredo.
But because that's not a round object, it has edges on it, sometimes it takes a footy bounce. The crowd, maybe close to their bedtime as we're approaching 10:45 this evening, but they're not going anywhere. Somebody's going to be cheering on the way out of this place, and somebody's going to be crying.
Flipped back up towards center ice. Played by Kinnelon. Rose sends it up ahead for the Colts. 8.5 remaining. Monahan goes cross ice. And it's sent all the way down by DaFonseca. Haddock-Weiler takes a shot into the boards. Comes back out to Simmons. Simmons takes a shot that's deflected. Haddock-Weiler banked into the boards by Rittenauer. And Gannad flies across center ice. Brian Gannad has his shot deflected, and it bangs high up over the glass and out of play.
Gannad trying to do everything that he can, but sometimes you have to be a little bit unselfish. Sometimes you have to dish the puck off, especially when you're coming in like that and you're attracting all that attention. If there's 2 or 3 players on you, that means somebody else is open.
7:55 remaining in overtime. First team that scores wins the Mennen Cup. Anthony Knolls. Mennen Cup history, last time co-champions, 1994. Del Barton and Morristown Beer. Walt Kuiper's shot is deflected, goes behind the goal. In front, but it comes out to Kinnelon. Good defense by Morris Knolls to take Matt Sybil off the puck. And Anderson tied up there. Actually, Lalonde tied up. Here's an opportunity. Ludwig shoots. He hit the post.
Wow! To come that close to being a hero and winning the game in overtime. Unfortunately, it doesn't even count as a shot on goal.
Anthony Knolls retrieves for Morris Knolls. Within inches, Kinnelon came of winning the Mennen Cup. But here comes Morris Knolls the other way. Shot sticked aside by Huber. 6.5 remaining here in OT. Here's Gannad. Gannad takes it across the blue line. Now across center ice. Across the blue line. He shoots, and the save made by Goffredo, and he hangs on.
Watch this action in front. Ludwig lets the shot go. Boom, right there off the post on the left side of your screen. It had just slipped past Goffredo, but the goalie's best friend, those 2 red pipes.
6:15 remaining at OT. Anderson chases for Kinnelon, but it comes out to Haddock-Weiler. Now Anderson intercepts for the Colts. He flips it back. Simmons has it for Morris Knolls, dumps it ahead. Taken down by Deemer. Ryan Deemer skates in, and the Colts able to knock it away. Comes back to Simmons. His shot is deflected from the blue line. And Kinnelon brings it up. Poked away and sent back into the Kinnelon zone. Taken there by Mike Sweeney. 5:40 remaining in OT. Tied at 4. Intercepted here by Monahan. Monahan loses the puck. Here's a shot opportunity. What a play. I think Huber got a piece of it and was able to deflect it.
Knolls has the big line out there, and Kinnelon's players are tired. They've been out there for almost 2 minutes.
Haddock-Weiler. Anderson trying to get it away from him. Gannad pokes at it. Here's a shot that skips wide. Taken by Simmons. Puck is still loose. And finally, Kinnelon clears it out. And now they make the change. Here comes Simmons, racing across the blue line, and that one was sticked aside by Huber.
Yeah, that was targeted for the far side. Huber didn't get all of it, but he got enough to knock it away from the edge of the goal.
Intercepted. Ledwith has it, and his shot is deflected. Comes back to the blue line, kept in by Mike Sweeney of Kinnelon. 4:20 remaining. Sweeney flips it towards the goal. It comes back out to Caserta. Caserta bangs it in behind the goal. Approaching 4 minutes left in overtime. Here is Matt Sybil. Sybil circles around, tries to center, but no one there. And it comes back down into the Kinnelon end. Rose retreats for the Colts. He flips it up ahead, and it bounces wide of the Morris Knolls goal. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left in overtime. Here's Monahan. Monahan skating in, trying to center. Can't get to the loose puck, taken there by Kinnelon. Comes back out towards the blue line. Here's a shot that looked like a pass more than anything towards Monahan, but it went astray, and Kinnelon sends it up ahead.
Lou, you're seeing bodies go down. You're seeing people go flying through the air. I don't think you're going to see a penalty for the last 3.5 minutes here.
Haddock Weiler digs it loose for Morris Knolls. Flipped back now to Scholes. Anthony Scholes to Deemer. Deemer sends it up along the near side boards and retrieved by Kinnelon. Anderson trying to dig it out. It comes back to Rittenauer. Almost a giveaway, but Rittenauer flips it up ahead trying to find Anderson. 2:45 left in overtime. We are tied at 4. If no one scores, Kinnelon and Morris Knolls will be crowned co-champions here for the Mennen Cup. Long shot, Huber, kick save and a beauty, and it comes back outside. Here comes Kinnelon. Gannad across center ice. Gannad across the blue line. He lost it. Good play there by Ryan Deemer.
Gannad trying to do a little too much 1-on-3. He's got to give the puck up or dump it in. Don't play with it like that.
Mike Sweeney flips it behind the goal. Played by Simmons of Morris Knolls. He flips it up ahead. Quick shot and a stick save by Huber. Down to 2 minutes left in overtime. Here's Ledwith. His shot deflected in front. Ledwith can't get to the loose puck, and it comes out near center ice. Flipped in by Kinnelon. You can see there's a lot of tired skaters out there.
They'll find the emotion and the energy for the last minute and a half, that's for sure.
1:40 left. Puck is flipped up ahead. Ledwith. He puts it right on the stick here of Sybil. Matt Sybil takes a tough angle shot. Good play by Goffredo to get a piece of it.
Sybil looking to be the hero again. Let a good backhand shot go, but Goffredo hugged the short side.
There's a long opportunity. Rose puts it towards the goal, and it's gobbled up easily by Goffredo.
Well, I don't think either team has called a timeout. Probably this is a good time for one of them to do it, and then this way you can rest your big guns and for the last minute and 4, because there's nothing after this next minute and 4.
Kinnelon and Morris Knolls have played a tremendous Mennen Cup championship game. Tied at 4. There's your timeout, Pete.
And I'm not surprised that it's Kinnelon calling it, especially with the face of deep in the Knolls zone in front of Mike Goffredo. They want every advantage they can, and they want to make sure for that last minute 4 they have the right players out there and they're rested and ready to go.
Well, Morris Knolls trying to win their second straight Mennen Cup championship. Kinnelon has never won the Mennen Cup. They were oh so close, just 40 seconds away. But Zach Simmons tied it with 40 seconds left in regulation. Sent this into overtime. And now we're just a minute 4 left in this overtime period.
You get to peek at what setup they want, where they want their wingers positioned, where they want their defenseman positioned on this face-off. And then upon either winning or losing the draw, where you're going. You're going to a certain spot, or you're going to a certain player. What are you doing?
Morris Knolls fans. And the Kinnelon fans. Both schools have done a great job. Great fan support here tonight.
Well, who's out there? Ganad's out there. Anderson's out there. Ludwig is out there. Monahan's out there. All the big guns, everybody you expect to see. This is mono against mono.
Face-off controlled by Morris Knolls. Less than a minute left. Here's Deemer. Deemer across the blue line. Takes the shot that goes wide. Monahan chases. Anderson gets there first for Kinnelon. He flips it up ahead to Ledwith. And then Morris Knolls flips it out into their own bench area. So with 43 seconds remaining, face-off comes right outside the blue line. Controlled by Morris Knolls. Deemer sends it ahead. Up ahead. Ganad tries to control, but it comes back. 25 seconds left. See if either team can muster one last opportunity. 18 seconds. The chase is on. Monahan trying to get there from Morris Knolls. Cannot. Here's Ledwith. Ledwith with 8 seconds left. Ledwith tries to angle it towards the goal. And we will have co-champions for the Mennen Cup. Morris Knolls and Kinnelon play a terrific game here at the Mennen Arena. But this one ends in a 4-4 tie.
Couldn't ask for a better game. Outstanding. A tremendous second period like you wouldn't believe. And then credit Knolls for coming back with just 40 seconds to go to win this game. Excuse me, to tie the game and set into overtime. And then no score here in the 15-minute 7 victory overtime. They're declared co-champs. Give credit to Kinnelon. They get their name up on the banner for the first time ever. And for Knolls, they keep the cup in their possession for another year as well, at least half the time.
All right, Kinnelon and Morris Knolls, 2013 Mennen Cup co-champions. Back to talk about it in just a few moments here on MSG Varsity's Game Time. Welcome back to the Mennen Arena here on MSG Varsity's Game Time. The Mennen Cup Championship finds co-champions. Pete Caggiano for only the third time in Mennen Cup history. We do have co-champs here in 2013.
Lou, it happened back in 1990, 1994, and back in 1990 it was the same Morris Knolls Eagles who were co-champs with Del Barton. But I tell you, we had an exciting game tonight. Both teams should be very proud at the way they played, and we were entertained.
Morris Knolls and Kinnelon skating to a 4-4 tie. Kind of a wild game, especially in the second period.
Here we start right from the beginning. This is Zach Simmons scoring his first of the evening on a beautiful breakaway goal. Just outstanding. And Matt Civil, he doesn't take long to put the puck behind the net. There it is, as he puts one in. Simmons wasn't done. This is his second on a shot from the point as it slips underneath Huber. Kinnelon comes right back on the power play. It's McMurray. He lets one fly, and it gets by Goffredo. Anderson, second effort in front. There we go. Knolls comes back. Monahan using that big stretch and the big quick shot beats Huber for the goal. And of course, it's Brian Gannad, the big number 9 for the Kinnelon team, and he just sneaks it over the goal line. And then this is the one that put us into overtime. It's Simmons scoring his 3rd of the evening, his 10th of the season, as he fires one home from about 15 feet out. Outstanding.
Take a look at the final numbers. Kinnelon outshoots Morris Knolls 33-30, 29 saves for Goffredo, and Huber was exceptional as well with 26 saves. Power plays, they were huge in this game. Kinnelon 3 for 3, Morris Knolls 1 for 2 on the power play. And the face-offs controlled by Morris Knolls, that's where the Golden Eagles really excelled, winning 42 face-offs in this one. So the two teams skate to a 4-4 tie. Zach Simmons had a big game, hat-trick for the Golden Eagles. Congratulations to him and Morris Knolls and to Kinnelon, co-champions. Hey, special thanks to Reynold Fossey and the rest of the great staff here at Mennen Arena for their help all year long, and all the teams from the Mennen Division. The executive producer of MSG Varsity's Game Time is Michael Lardner. Vice President of Programming and Remote Operations Sean Kennedy. Director of Programming Stephen O'Keefe. Director of Remote Operations Brian Butler. Our coordinating and game producer Brian Morrow. Our director Chris Lincoln. And our technical director Ellen Welch. For our entire MSG Varsity team, Pete Caggiano, I'm Lou Blanco. Thanks for joining us. Morris Knolls for Kinnelon for the Colts, and the Golden Eagles are co-champions.